Yo, it's the 1409 podcast. I go by the name of KT.
And this your boy, Guala Meets World.
Welcome to episode 90.
Yeah.
We got another great episode with another great guest. Straight out of Jackson, Mississippi, by way of Houston, Texas. We have Justin Johnson in here. How you doing, sir?
Yeah. I'm excited.
So exciting. How you living, man? What's good? What's new with you?
Man, everything good, man. Just taking one day at a time, man. Especially during this pandemic, and most definitely staying blessed and just putting some positivity out there, man.
For sure.
Man. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's the way to be, man. All right,
I got one question before we get started with the trivia.
Okay.
What's one thing the pandemic taught you?
One thing the pandemic taught me is learn. Man, that's a good question.
Should have been the question of the day, but
well, actually, one thing it did taught me is to actually cook more. Because obviously, you know, we can't go. Obviously, there's a lot of restaurants open here in Houston, but for the most part, whatever, especially when you want to be around a lot of people, so learn how to cook more, try some different stuff. That's one of the things that it taught me.
For sure.
Really? Yeah, because restaurants got limited capacity, things like that. Well, not in Texas anymore. It's at 100% now, but you know how that go.
Yeah.
You still had to go touch up on your culinary skills prior to getting back to 100%. They went to 25 to 50 to 75 back to 100% capacity. So definitely culinary skills are something to touch up on in that time. All right, so we got the intro out the way. Let's go and get to these shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm on this right here tonight. It's a knife. It's a knife. It's a knife. It's a knife.
Oh, man, y'all going in.
Hey, man, I'm on a little Duce cousin. Duce little cousin.
Yeah, Duce big cousin.
I got some Chardonnay wine right here.
Okay.
All right. Let's cheer. Let's have a cheers to a successful life, since we talk about life insurance on this episode.
Yeah.
Let's do it, y'all.
Yes, sir. All right. We got the shots out of the way. Let's go and get to this trivia. So my trivia question is, it could be for you or for anybody viewing right now. My question is, what city does the University of Mississippi? What city is the University of Mississippi in, I should say? What city in that state is the university?
University of Mississippi, that's going to be Ole Miss.
Yeah, what city is it in?
What city? Oxford, my fault. Oxford.
Oh, okay, you in there.
Okay.
You correct. Yeah, I guess been on point with the trivia. I'm asking questions that's too easy, I think. I got to get some harder questions out here.
That wasn't easy. I had to think about that one.
Hey, you got it on the first try, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what are 3 things that people may not know about you, Mr. Justin Johnson?
3 things that I would say. Number one, I'm a twin. I'm the oldest by 1 minute, which, that's kind of unique. Also, I'm a fan of the underdog. Anytime somebody an underdog in anything that they do, I'm always a big fan of the underdog. And also, I love to dress. Those are the 3 things that I would say.
See you as the old people would say, man, you're sharp enough to cut my hand. If I'm scared to shake your hand because you're sharp,
No, I ain't doing it.
All right, so we know that you're into life insurance.
Wait, did he say 3 things? Oh, he said 1 thing.
Oh, did he say 1?
I said 3, so I'm gonna say them again. Yeah. So number one, I'm a twin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a twin. I'm the oldest by 1 minute. Number 2, I love to dress. And number 3, I'm an underdog. Well, I'm actually a fan of the underdog. So anytime somebody an underdog, I'm always a big fan of somebody that's pretty much starting something. Maybe they probably don't know a lot about it. So I'm a big fan of the underdog.
All right, you love to dress. Where you? What's your favorite brand to shop with for the fashion?
As far as like suits or just well, I like not as far as suits, but I like a Money Exchange. I like Lacoste. Those are my two pretty much.
What about Express?
Express got some nice stuff, man. But sometimes Express depends on it really depends on how the stuff going to fit. But Express do have some nice stuff though. I have shopped up in there a couple times as well.
Yeah. Express and Lacoste are up there for me. Like those are my top two for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I like to get my Express on a little bit. I don't really have too much Lacoste, but I guess I have to fill that wardrobe out as time go along.
Old school. So
yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we like we was saying earlier, we know that you do life insurance. You educate, teach. You know what I'm saying? And how long have you been in the industry?
Life insurance. I actually been doing life insurance now, probably about a year and some months. So I'm still fairly new to it for the most part. But for the most part, entrepreneurship. Been doing entrepreneurship for probably about 6 years now. But as far as life insurance, I say about a year and some months.
Okay. So it's been a easy journey with the life insurance, you say?
Yeah, man, it actually has because really, when it comes down to life insurance, it's a lot of people that don't necessarily understand how it works, and I'm pretty sure y'all experienced that. A lot of people think life insurance is for older people, seasoned people and everything like that. But anybody that has somebody that they care about, loved ones, kids, and everything like that, we always recommend that you should get life insurance simply because it's going to be able to position your family to be able to have something just in case something happens.
For
sure.
Yeah, we go get into all that for sure. So what led to your decision to get into the insurance industry? What was your motivation behind that?
Well, actually, I used to be a police officer. I was a police officer probably about 5 years ago. I was actually in Dallas, police officer in Dallas. And one of the things that, us being a police officer, we see a lot of stuff. Went to school to be, majoring in criminal justice. I always wanted to be a police officer, had the opportunity to do it. But one of the things that I did realize is that when I was going to people's households and pretty much handling everybody's issues, a lot of people really didn't have an understanding of how a lot of stuff worked pertaining to the subject of money. And also when it came down to pretty much anything around that. So I wanted to be able to do something that was going to be able to help our community per se, and at the same time be able to build an income with it. So obviously I actually had some close friends that was actually doing life insurance, which I was kind of familiar with it, but I didn't necessarily know that with life insurance, not only can you be able to make an impact, but at the same time you can be able to make a nice coin as well. So my two reasons why I got involved with it: number one, to be able to help our people get more educated on it, and also be able to make a living as well.
Okay. So, I don't know too much about, the state that you're in as far as insurance, but being that you are qualified to sell life insurance, does that make you qualified to sell all insurance, or you just life insurance?
What you talking about? All type of life insurance, or just you talking about different type of?
Just different type of insurance, like insurances. Can you say, like, could you be a automobile? Could you provide automobile insurance if you wanted to get in that field with your qualifications?
Okay, yeah. So with a life insurance license, you can sell automobile insurance, but also when it comes down to any other insurance or whatever, like home insurance and stuff like that, you probably gonna have to get another license. But as far as life insurance, yeah, you can do that.
Okay. So if you just sold auto insurance, if you was an auto insurance like salesman or whatever they may be called, would you be able to sell life insurance, or you have to get more certifications for that too, or is it all inclusive if you had auto insurance already?
Yeah, because typically with auto insurance and life insurance, both of them pretty much go hand in hand. But if you try to get into like when it comes to mortgages and everything like that, that's going to require another license. Or even if you want to get into like securities, when it comes down to stocks and stuff, you're going to need another license for that. But as far as life insurance and auto insurance, the life insurance license pretty much will cover that.
Okay, cool. So what was your biggest fear starting insurance sales?
The biggest thing was just getting over that learning curve, getting over the learning curve. Because typically when you first get involved into life insurance, after you take your test and everything like that, eventually you really want to see how, people are going to pretty much going to be reacting to you. So for the most part, it really wasn't a fear. It was just really just going, pretty much getting in the basis of just understanding, talking to enough people so you can feel comfortable talking to people, and at the same time making sure you're delivering the right information to people as well. So once I pretty much got in the field, started talking to people, helping them get an understanding of it, everything pretty much came straightforward.
So, smooth process, smooth sailing.
Yeah. So, what are the pros and cons of life insurance? Because the thing, I wish my big bro was in here, because we actually went through some courses and I learned a lot. I know a little bit about the pros, but coming from somebody that's in the field, can you dig into, mostly I want to focus on the pros, because like you said, the Black community don't realize, a lot of what life insurance can do. So mainly want to hark on the pros of, establishing life insurance, and not just on someone, like you said earlier, that is elderly, but just family members getting them life insurance, and talk a little bit about the cons.
The cons, okay. So the pros with having a life insurance license, being able to sell it, is that number one, especially us being men, we always keeping our options open. You can be able to make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money with life insurance, because typically with life insurance, they pay you a cash advance. So what that means is typically when you put a policy in, you're able to get paid a big commission, and you're able to get paid immediately. So you get paid daily. So that would be one of the pros. Also, in this day and time, typically when we think of life insurance, most people think of an older man probably showing up at your grandmother's house and kind of like, getting the information about the policy. But everything is done right now online. Like, as you see, me and y'all, we right here on Zoom. We're not on Zoom, but we're right here on a video conference where you're able to talk to a client and you can put a policy in place. So you can pretty much do it anywhere from your phone. And also, the next thing I would say as far as a pro is that you can actually be able to, you can get paid daily. You can do it pretty much every single day. And at the same time, you can be able to help people. So another thing, when you put a policy in place, which you educate a family, not only are you feeling good about this, but at the same time, you're putting their family in a position just in case something happened, that you'll be able to sleep good at night. So knowing that you're able to help people, especially when it comes down to life insurance and helping their family, that's a good place to be in. Now, as far as a con, I would say when it comes down to getting the license, they are real strict when it comes down to felonies, especially if you have a background. Yeah. So when you particularly finna get ready to apply for your license, and it's just a multiple choice test. So typically, they don't necessarily want nobody that have a felony pertaining to money. Anything dealing with theft or anything like that, it's probably going to be hard for you to particularly get a license. And also, I would say the learning curve, because once you actually get your license, it still sometimes can be kind of challenging to be able to make income, because maybe you probably don't know how to talk to people, or maybe you're probably a shy person. So getting over that fear of talking to people and not necessarily trying to sell them, but focus more on education. So for some people, the learning curve can be kind of longer, and some people it be kind of faster. Just really depends on what type of person you are.
Okay. So you gave some good information. You know what I'm saying? Talking as far as being the insurer or the agent, but dig a little bit into the pros and cons for people who don't have life insurance. What are some of the things they can expect out of their life insurance policies? Touch a little bit how they can use them, you know what I'm saying, and the cons of having a life insurance policy.
Okay, great. So they have two types of life insurance policies. They have cash value life insurance, and they have term. Now, cash value life insurance is the oldest type of life insurance typically that you can ever buy. This typically the life insurance that if you was to ask your grandmother, hey, grandma, what type of life insurance should I get? She's probably going to tell you get some cash value life insurance, mainly because it's been around a long time. Now, one thing about cash value, it can be called a lot of different things. Whole life insurance, universal life. But we always say that typically, the more fancier the name, typically the more expensive it's going to cost. So most of the time with whole life insurance, you get a death benefit, and you also going to get a savings account, which a lot of people go with that policy because they're able to pull money from it. But also it has some disadvantages and it has some advantages. Well, it really just depends on what type of goals you have. The next type of insurance is going to be like term insurance. Term insurance is really just straight type of life insurance. It allows you to be able to get more coverage for a little amount of money. So a lot of people go with that particular policy strictly because maybe they probably on a budget, or maybe they probably don't want to spend a lot of money, but at the same time they want to be able to protect their family. But it really just depends on what your goals are. The average person that's typically fairly young, I say probably about 25 to maybe probably about 55, I would just recommend they should get just a term policy. Typically, when you get a term policy, you're able to get it at a lower premium, and at the same time, you're able to get a lot of coverage. So typically, with that particular policy, you're able to get more coverage and the best bang for your buck. And if somebody's older, maybe they probably will consider getting a whole life insurance policy, mainly because they're a little bit older. Okay. But as far as you go ahead.
No, you got it. It's your show.
Okay. but that hopefully that answers your question though.
Indeed. So, do you feel like insurance is a scam, like in any way, form, or fashion?
Now, I have talked to a couple of clients where they have said that maybe they probably thought insurance was a scam, but insurance is definitely not a scam. It's just like any other thing. If you buy a brand new iPhone and you paid a lot of money for it, I mean, you're going to want to put some type of insurance on. You're going to want to put some type, especially if you paid a lot of money for it. But it's definitely not a scam. But like I said, typically, when you're talking to somebody that maybe they probably don't have kids or probably don't have a wife or don't have a family, they probably wouldn't see the value in life insurance right now, mainly because they're younger and maybe they probably don't really have a family right now. But if you're talking to a client that's typically going to have a family, maybe they have some cousins, some nieces that they care about, those particular people are going to see the value in life insurance. But as far as life insurance being a scam, it's definitely not a scam. It's really just put in place just in case something happens. Because we living in a day and age now where people are dying at a younger age. So, and typically, if you have kids, if something happened to you prematurely, well, if you don't have a life insurance policy in place, or if you don't have a significant amount of money saved up, you could put your family in the hole. So, and that's one of the things that we try to relay to our clients, really just to paint your picture for them, just in case something happened, that you want to be able to put your family in a better situation, really by taking out a life insurance policy just in case something happens.
Oh, really?
Good. So this is a question. I know a little bit about how life insurance works. So are you able to sell like annuity accounts? And what are the benefits of starting an annuity account versus having life insurance?
And that's a great question. So that to actually sell an annuity account, you're going to have a securities license. That's actually what I'm actually working on. I should have my security license probably within the next 6 months. Mm-hmm. But annuities are big, especially when it comes down to life insurance. We always recommend, like typically, since I don't have a security license at the moment, but I always recommend my clients, once we put in a policy for them, we always recommend that they invest some money into an investment. Mainly because really the life insurance is really just to protect you just in case something happens. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, for younger years, maybe you probably got a business right now, or maybe you're trying to build your business up. Well, right now, maybe you probably don't have the capital right now. So if something happened, your family will get paid a life insurance policy, so they don't necessarily have to start over at zero. But meanwhile, you put money every single month into an investment. And then as that investment get bigger and bigger and bigger, later on down the line, you may want to roll that over into exactly what you just said, which is an annuity. So that's really what we always advise our clients to do, is to get a life insurance policy while you don't necessarily have a lot of money maybe saved up right now. And then at the same time, you want to save some money and put it up in an investment that's going to grow, so you'll be able to have some money later on down the line for your retirement.
Facts. He dropping the knowledge on the life insurance. If you in here, drop a 1 in the comments. If you still in here watching, if you watching live right now, drop a 1 in the comments so we'll know you in here. We know you fucking with 1409 podcast.
Yeah,
you rocking with this life insurance, and you rocking with Justin Johnson.
Big shout out to T Coop in the comments saying he working on his securities license as well, looking to secure them in the next 3 months. That's what's up, man.
Already. But before we go a little further, we're going to get into our little sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? We got Spa Danny in here. You know what I'm saying? Get $10 off any 90-minute service with Spa Danny. Any 90-minute service that she offers on the SpaDannyExperience.com. If you're in the Florence, South Carolina area, surrounding areas, make sure you tap in with that online. Get that 1409 code in there, and you'll see the $10 come off the 90-minute service. If you don't get a 90-minute service, make sure you check out the other services as well. That's 1001 West Evans Street, Florence, South Carolina, 29501, Suite 203.
Yes, and she does have a mobile service. She will come out to you if you can't get to her for a small additional fee, but make sure y'all are tapping in for the Spa Danny experience. It's an experience you don't want to miss. Valentine's Day right around the corner. Actually, our promo ends on Valentine's Day, so make sure y'all go ahead and book those appointments while you still got time.
For sure. So what are some of the myths you most commonly hear about insurance of this type, like life insurance?
Yeah, I would say number one myth is life insurance costs a lot of money. Typically, when we talk to clients, the reason why they're kind of hesitant to get life insurance, because not only do they don't have an education on it, but they think it costs a lot of money. And believe it or not, a lot of people in our community think life insurance, but they look at life insurance as a bill. So we really want to change that narrative. That would be one myth. The other myth is that you need life insurance for your whole entire life, because as we stated, it's called life insurance. So most people think, and we was taught by typically our grandmothers, which they tell you, get some life insurance, and typically it's for your whole life. But if you set it up the right way, then you wouldn't necessarily need life insurance for your whole life. You'll get to the point where you'll be self-insured where you really don't need it. And we always say, and I say the next myth is that insurance is for older people. So typically, when you talk to somebody that's younger, maybe they probably like, well, I don't necessarily need life insurance right now because, I'm young. But actually, when you get life insurance at a younger age, it can be very inexpensive for you. That's actually the best time to get it, because maybe later on you try to get life insurance later on down the line, and you probably have some pre-existing illnesses. I know in our community, high blood pressure, diabetes, that runs rapid. And any life insurance company right now, if you have diabetes, it's going to be about a 50-50 chance that they might cover you. So what we always say, that while you're healthy and everything right now, put something in place. Find a quote, get something that's reasonable within your budget. And some coverage is better than no coverage. So that's basically how I would answer that.
Like that. So I know you went over some of the benefits already. Can you go a little deeper into the benefits? We're gonna let you take the driver's seat on this one and get all the way into the benefits of life insurance.
Well, I would say the four reasons why the wealthy buy life insurance. Number one is for to build an estate, meaning to build an inheritance. Because as we already know that, typically people pass away every single day. Lord forbid, we don't want that to happen, but it's just something that's a part of life. So obviously, if something did happen, if you have kids and you have a family, you don't necessarily want your loved ones to start over at zero. And believe it or not, a lot of these life insurance policies are tax-free. So what that means is, if you have kids, you have a family, then if something happened to you, your kids don't have to start off at zero. They're able to start off with a lump sum of money that they can be able to do something with, be able to start a business or maybe fund their dreams. Number two is for income replacement. typically, if you're any of you guys married or anything like that, you're the sole provider in the household. If you're talking to a couple that's making $100,000 a year, and that particular husband or a wife pass away that's making that income, well, that particular family, they're gonna have to change some stuff in their household because that $100,000 not coming in no more. But if they had a life insurance policy, that income get replaced just like that. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing that when we talk to our clients, we don't necessarily try to focus on selling them on life insurance. We try to focus on giving them the value of actually getting it. Because if something did happen, like I tell people, in order for you to live the same lifestyle you're living right now, then that particular person's income has to get replaced. Mm. And the best way to replace it is through life insurance. Well, a lot of people look at life insurance as maybe some type of a death penalty or something like that, but we're trying to change that narrative. And I would say number 3 is for debt and obligations. So if a family has student loans, maybe you have a mortgage they want to pay off. Well, if you have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in life insurance, well, if something happened to that significant other, that particular person is able to pay off these obligations. They're able to pay off those student loans, pay off their house, but they don't necessarily have to worry about while they're grieving over the death. They don't necessarily have to worry about a lot of this stuff. So, and as my gentleman stated right here, basically you renting the money until you actually getting the money. And last but not least, the benefit is the funeral. So the funeral, that's why I put the funeral at the last one, because typically funeral is going to cost you $15,000 to $20,000. But the 3 reasons why you get life insurance is the 3 reasons that I stated above in the funeral. That's pretty much going to be that's the reason why you get life insurance.
Funeral. Yeah, that's a lot. What a lot of people know it for is like when someone dies and things, but I know there's more benefits to it than that, and that's why we wanted to bring this episode to the people so they can know that there's more benefits to it than just when you die. So you definitely providing that knowledge to the audience out here.
Yeah, I was having technical difficulties, so I don't know if you did, but one thing that I did wanted you to do for all the listeners out there is really give the definition of life insurance. You know what I'm saying? So they can understand and kind of break it down so people can understand.
Okay. Really life insurance is basically you're basically renting money just in case something happened. It's really based up on a risk. Now, Lord forbid, especially in our community, we don't like talking about death. We don't like talking about, we stay away from that particular topic. But life insurance, but when we're talking about death is a part of life. So, but when it pertaining to life insurance is basically you're paying a monthly premium every single month, really for a risk of just in case something happened, I want to put my family in a better financial situation. And that's basically what it is. It's basically the word risk. That's basically what it is. So you basically paying money every single month to be able to suffocate that particular risk just in case something happens.
Oh, really?
All right. So what is your favorite part about being an educator of life insurance, teaching and selling life insurance? What's your favorite part about that?
My favorite part is being realistic with people, being realistic with the clients that we actually speak with, because when we can talk about life insurance a lot, and believe it or not, when people first hear about it, sometimes it can be kind of confusing. It can be kind of confusing, especially the terminology. But I try to be realistic with people, and I try to give them real life situations. So I'll give an example of that. So if I'm talking to a client and they have some kids and they have a wife, so I basically will ask them, okay, so right now, if something happened to your particular wife right now, she make about $50,000 a year. If something happened to her right now, what are you actually going to do? What are you actually going to do? And when you come at people like that, most of the time, people never thought about it. They never thought about it. So they like, well, maybe the mom going to help me out, or maybe her mom's going to help me with the kids or whatever like that. And then I basically tell them, well, how much money are your mom making right now? My mom is retired. She's making about $3,000 a month. Well, if your mom is making about $3,000 a month, and now she has to help with 3 kids, what do you think? What type of strain you think that's going to put up on your mom? And then kind of get them thinking like, okay, now I see where he's coming from. I never thought about it like that. And now they start to see the value of getting life insurance. So typically, I try to give people real life situations and kind of give them something to think about. Maybe they never thought about it before. And it kind of help them to be able to get over the hump versus actually trying to sell them on life insurance. Just putting them in a situation, helping them understand that this is why you need life insurance. Because if something happened right now, you're going to need somebody to take care of these 3 kids. So, but if you get life insurance, yeah, you're going to be grieving a loved one passed away. But at the same time, these kids don't necessarily have to start off at 0. They can start off with a significant amount of money where they can be able to do what they really want to do. And this is the reason why you should take out this policy. So that's the main thing that I get from it, giving people real life situations.
So people could take loans out on their policy or like borrow against their policy or anything like of that nature?
Now, that's a good question. Now, that boils down to the cash value life insurance. Now, people can borrow money from a cash value life insurance. But what I always tell people that when you're considering doing that, you want to make sure you understand what's really going on. Because if you get a policy that's $100,000 death benefit, cash value life insurance policy, and it has a savings account that's attached to it, which is a cash value. Now, you're not going to be able to borrow money soon when you put that policy in place. It's going to take probably about 4 to 5 years for you to be able to start pulling money from that. Now, another thing, when you pull money from that particular policy, they're going to charge you 6 to 8% when you pulling money from that. So what that means is the money that you pull from it, most of the time when you pull from it, it's designed for you to pay it back. Most people don't pay it back. So if you don't pay that money back, what's going to happen is they're going to take it out of your death benefit. So you started off with $100,000 death benefit, you pulled out $10,000. So now it's at $90,000. Maybe you wanted to buy a house later on down the line and you pulled out another $20,000. Well, now it went from 90 to 70. If you pull out too much money, they're going to cancel the whole policy. Because the only thing about a cash value life insurance policy, which the only thing about it, you will never get your savings account and the death benefit at the same time. The only way you can get both of them, you have to live to 100 years of age. So what that means is you're paying your premium every single month. You have $100,000 death benefit, and maybe you have probably about $65,000 in cash value. So if you say, well, I want to pull out that cash value to be able to buy something, where that $100,000, you basically going to surrender that. You're not going to have a policy no more. So they will never give you both of them. Only way they give you both of them unless you live to 100. So that's why we always try to educate people on that, because typically when somebody tell you about the whole life insurance policy, yeah, you can pull money from it, but it's really designed for you to pay it back, which most people don't pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, you actually just shorten your death benefit. Because it's a lot of people have been in that particular situation where they pull money from it, and when somebody passed away, they probably thought they had $20,000, and the life insurance company gave them a $2,000 check. And you're like, where the rest of my money is? Well, you never paid it. You never paid the money back that you borrowed, because it's really not intended for you to actually borrow from. It's intended for you to borrow and pay back, not borrow and not pay back. So that's just something that I want to put out there.
Oh, really?
Facts. So can you talk about, well, firstly, is there a limit of policies you can take out on insuree, somebody you're insuring? If I had my mom, say if my brother took out a policy, can I take out a policy? Is it a set number of policies that can be set on?
Yeah, so I think you broke up, but I got the gist of your question. So you can take out as many policies as you want. That's the good thing about it. The only thing that, and different insurance companies have different rules and everything like that. But I know that one thing that you can't do you can't just put insurance on everybody. It have to be some type of it have to be a vested interest in that particular person. So what I mean by that is that if you want to put an insurance policy on your niece. Now, some insurance companies won't allow you to put the insurance policy on your particular niece. They probably want to know if the niece is going to be staying with you. If she's not staying with you, maybe they probably won't allow you to do it because they don't necessarily want you to put insurance policies on any type of everybody. And then if something really just designed to be able to make money off of the insurance company, but each insurance company are different. Everybody has different rules. But for the most part, as far as your mom putting an insurance policy on you, you putting an insurance policy on your mom or your dad, you can do that all day long. But when it comes down to putting insurance policies on your cousins and everything like that, it's going to get a little bit tricky. But to answer your question, you can do as many insurance policies as you want. I mean, like I said, it's a couple of people. We always suggest that. It's a lot of my clients that we talk to, they have multiple policies. They have multiple policies. They just real responsible when it comes down to their family, and they want to put multiple policies out there. So you are able to do that.
For sure. So is there any travel involved with your line of work, or?
It's not necessarily no travel, especially what's going on right now with this pandemic. We do everything online. We do everything just like this. We typically I get up on a Zoom, and I know right now a couple of my business partners, we actually going to Tulum in May. So that's like a business trip. But for the most part, you don't necessarily have to travel. I mean, everything, because considering back in the day when people heard of life insurance, that was somebody going by somebody's house and maybe signing some paperwork. But everything is based on Zoom now. If I needed to get you to sign a document, I could just send you the document over your email. You sign it, you send it back to me, but everything is digitally. Digital, and you don't necessarily have to pretty much leave your home. You can pretty much have a life insurance, and some people work into offices as well. But for the most part, you don't necessarily have to do a lot of traveling at all.
All right, good to know. Good to know. So there were like any like conferences for people like in your agency where you sell insurance? There were like any conferences, anything where you had to travel, or there was also you travel for y'all to network, anything like that?
Yeah, I know with our particular agency, we do have we have a big conference that we do every year, and it's primarily with a lot of African Americans and also Hispanics as well. But for the most part, we do have those conferences where you're allowed to maybe go to a different area, maybe a Florida, or you can go to California. You can learn more about your business and everything like that. But we do offer that as well. But as far as you actually building your business, as long as you have the internet, as long as you have a smartphone, you can pretty much do it anywhere.
All right, already. So you have any other advice you'd like to share with the audience or the listeners out there that listen to any pre-recorded versions of this episode?
Yeah, what I would say is that definitely when it comes down to life insurance, life insurance is simple. Life insurance is real simple. Definitely any agent that you get with, basically just find something within your budget. Maybe you're probably in a position right now where maybe you're doing good financially, or if you maybe not doing good financially, but you definitely always want to put something in place. And right now we're looking for new agents. So maybe you maybe want to make some additional income. We need more people in our community that want to get licensed, that want to be able to go out there and build a part-time income, and also have the possibility of making 6 figures or higher as well. We do trainings, we do everything online. So definitely, if that's something that you want to know more about, I'm Justin Success J on Instagram. Feel free to send me a DM. I love to give you all the information that you'll need and show you how you can be able to use this to be able to make additional income for your family.
Already.
So, what else do you have planned for it? You planning for in the near future? You want to talk about it a little bit?
You talking about as far as like life insurance or just anything in general?
Anything, life insurance, whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I would say, man, just doing a lot more traveling. I don't know if I stated, because I used to be, I was a contractor. Me and my wife, we got a chance to travel to a lot of different countries. So that's something that we love doing. But by this pandemic going on, it kind of slowed up everything. I actually just got my passport renewed. So looking forward to travel a lot more and everything like that. And also looking forward to be able to meet more people. We love networking. We love meeting new people. And we just love, being able to pay it forward in our community, So as far as that, travel and just having a good time, bro. Smiling and being happy.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, really? So how important is networking to you?
Oh, networking is big, man. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Houston. One of the reasons why I moved to Houston, outside of seeing my brother every single day, is getting out here, man. Houston is full of people that's entrepreneurs, people that actually want to learn, people that's eager to learn. So me and my wife, we want to be a part of that particular environment. So that's one of the reasons why we moved down here. But networking is key, especially when you're in a business like ours. It's built off of referrals. It's also because with this particular business that we're involved in, you don't necessarily need a lot of money, but you do need people. People is the real asset. So really, and people can lead you to other people. You can learn from other people. So the overall concept is meeting people, getting to know people, and putting value out there, and really just building something big. So so networking is real key, and I'm definitely a big component of that.
For sure, man. As far as your networking go, do you talk to or network with other agencies or other agents in life insurance, or do you just reach out to different entrepreneurs and try to educate them?
Well, yeah, because I know my wife and I actually this was before the pandemic. Are you familiar with Meetup, the meetup.com?
No, I never heard of that one.
So Meetup is it's a great spot. It's a great like a little platform that it allows you to be able to have a meetup group. Like you can create a group with people with similar interests like you. A lot of people get on Meetup because they're trying to network.
Yeah.
But basically, we had created a meetup group. We grew to like 3,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I went to a winery, and I think the winery had just opened up. And basically, the gentleman, he was trying to get some traffic into his particular establishment. And he told we could do meetup groups there, and it grew to like almost like 2,000 or 3,000 people. And basically, people used to come there. We used to host networking events. People used to come. We put the little name tags on people, and it was a great way for us to be able to meet new people, and also people to go out there and grow their business and everything like that. So we really enjoyed that pretty much experience. But that was on Meetup.com. So that was basically that.
You savvy with Clubhouse?
Oh yeah, Clubhouse. Actually, I got on Clubhouse, and Clubhouse, man, it is pretty. It's pretty cool, man, because you get a chance to learn from people who where you are, and at the same time, you get a chance to network with a lot of people as well. So I actually like Clubhouse. I like Clubhouse, but it just really, but definitely, I would just say when I get on Clubhouse, I try to be because it do be a lot going on.
Yeah.
Be a lot going on. So I try to be strategic on what I'm actually trying to accomplish. Because sometimes, man, you could be on Clubhouse. You say I'm gonna get on here 20 minutes, man. You end up on here 5 hours. You're like, man, I need to go get me something to eat. So, it do be a lot going on. But as far as the app, it is a good app. It's a good app. It's a great way to network and be able to meet people local in your city.
Sure.
Outside the city too, shit.
I think that's how we met, bro. We kind of met.
It is.
Man. Yeah, man. So yeah, Clubhouse off the chain, man. I actually like it, man. So.
Mm-hmm. So, how many times have you been a guest on a podcast?
Actually, it's my second time, man. I was on a podcast where they was talking about relationships. Me and my wife, we actually big when it comes down. I've been married 11 years now, and I got married young at 24, and obviously I'm a big component of especially when you find the right person and everything like that. But definitely, yeah, I've been on that podcast, and we was talking about relationships and the male perspective and the female perspective. Anytime you have a dialogue like that, that's something that a lot of people want to know more about, especially when it comes down to the women and even some guys as well. So but I have been on that podcast, but that outside of that one and this one is pretty much the only two.
All right, so What's your favorite episode of 1409 podcast?
Actually, man, I saw the one that you actually sent me with Will.
Mm-hmm.
About the credit, man, and actually, I actually been following Will. I know he was doing some big stuff, with the credit. All of it go hand in hand, especially when it comes down to business. And like I said, I really enjoyed the conversation y'all had with him as well, man. So definitely, man, big ups to y'all because y'all answering them questions, man, get straight down to it. And we definitely appreciate that, man. Y'all catch your brothers off guard, man. But But for the most part, man, I'm loving the energy, man. I can tell y'all some good people, man, and we definitely appreciate that. And most importantly, putting that value out there, man, because a lot of our people really, really need it.
Yeah,
That's nothing but facts. Straight up fact.
yeah. Oh wait, you waiting on me? That's
yeah.
Oh man. You said your favorite episode of 1409 was Will Roundtree?
It was Will Roundtree.
Will Roundtree. All right. So anybody in the future you want to see us have on the show?
I would say I probably say well this kind of ambitious, but like I said, man, y'all anything can happen.
Yeah.
I would say
anything will happen.
Most definitely though, bro. I would say Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone. We're gonna try our best.
But check this out though. I was actually on Clubhouse and I saw Grant. I got up in one of his groups, and it was a guy. I don't know if y'all. It's another guy that do a podcast too. He actually got Grant Cardone to come on his podcast, and they actually just did it. They just did it, and all he did is ask them. He just asked them, "Hey, we have a podcast?" He's like, "Yeah." So I know it can happen. It just, especially if y'all on Clubhouse and everything like that. But I think that'll be big, man, and everything like that. I mean, obviously, a lot of people know Grant. He do some phenomenal things, and outside of Grant, it's some other people out here that's doing some phenomenal things as well. So, but definitely, I know y'all can make that happen, especially if you're on Clubhouse, because we all can communicate with one another, though.
Already. Yeah. So, yeah, anything is possible out here. I promise you. You got a question today ready, Mr. Guadalupe's World?
Yeah, man. I stay with the question of the today ready, and the question of today is: name something that happens in the U.S. on the regular that in most countries they will find strange or bizarre.
You said name something that happens in this country on the regular?
Yeah, name something that happens in the U.S. on the regular, but other countries will find it strange and bizarre.
I would say the divorce rate.
Okay, that's a good one. Definitely a good one.
Yeah. Cause y'all know here in the States, man, we be married 1 month and then we get a divorce the next month, man. And
engaged the next month after that. Back engaged after that.
He'd be disengaged. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm trying to think of something that people might find weird for the U.S.
The consumption of pork. I'm gonna say that one.
Consumption of pork.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm proud to say I don't consume that. So
nah, but you don't. But it still happens in the U.S. though. People eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
Well, I would say another one. The amount of time we spend watching TV.
Yes.
They say the average American like 7 hours a day watching TV. Now, ain't no wrong with watching TV because we understand some people watch TV, but it just compared to other countries, they don't necessarily watch TV that. I mean, a lot of them probably don't even have TVs, but for the most part, a lot of them don't watch TVs like that.
Yeah, so I would say fast food. I see T Coop said seafood, but I'm going fast food. I say the U.S. people them like what the fuck? Like if they see how much fast food we consume out here, how many fast food chains we have here. There are other countries as well, but there's even more that are only in the U.S. So that's what mine would be.
Yeah, I totally agree too, though.
But a lot of countries do try to become westernized, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. Because everybody trying to get to the United States because they understand that the United States is a capitalistic. And they know that you can come in the United States with $0, and somebody with focus and determination can leave here a millionaire. The United States is probably the only country that you really can do that, regardless of outside of the racism and all this other stuff that's going on. But it is a lot of opportunity.
Indeed.
I was about to say something, but I'll leave that for another episode.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, that statement is just like how easier it is for, you know what I'm saying, other nationalities or people that come in to get like grants and stuff to help them, you know what I'm saying, propel them on their American dream versus how hard it is for our community to get propelled on our American dream. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. But
you're right. That's a whole different topic right there.
Yeah.
A whole different topic, but I definitely like talking about that as well. Are y'all familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson?
Oh man, hey.
Yeah, I know Garland is on that. He mentioned that on quite a few episodes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Powernomics.
All day long. All day long.
The shit that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the stuff they don't tell you, you know, all of them. Yeah. For sure, man.
Oh, really? All right, we got a question out that way. Let's go to that. This or that.
I'm trying to think of two suit designers. You said Armani Exchange. I'm trying to think of something else.
You like your suit slim or extra slim?
Yeah, slim or extra slim.
No, I don't necessarily like it extra slim, but I like it slim. You know how when you try one on, man, and you gotta see how it feel. But for the most part, because Dion said it best. Dion said, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. So I kind of live by that motto, though, man. So.
For sure. I'm feeling that. Let's see. Okay, we can go since we you talked a little bit about your fashion. We can keep it there. Are you Oxfords or loafers?
I probably say loafers.
Loafers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, KT?
Loafers. The loafers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know though, man. So some Oxfords. It depends on the type of suit you wearing. You could pull off some nice Oxford, but I would say I'm mostly a loafers type of guy too.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Let's see. Coffee or tea?
Definitely tea. I don't even think I maybe had coffee maybe one time. Maybe.
Coffee for me, man.
If it's hot, I'm going with coffee. If it's cold, I'm going with the tea.
Yeah, I don't like cold coffee either. That's disgusting.
I done had cold brews from Starbucks, but it's all right. But you know what I'm saying? I want my coffee hot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I want it dark. I want that dark roast.
Hey, man, listen. I'm gonna tell you. I stumbled upon. I didn't, like the creamers you can get.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made like a mocha creamer.
Mocha? Okay.
Yeah, they make a mocha creamer.
Seen that one, yeah.
Yo, I was using this mocha creamer, and I had a hazelnut blend, like a hazelnut roast.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's the one right there. The hazelnut roast with the mocha creamer.
Yeah, I typically do hot chocolate. I'm a big fan of hot chocolate, though. Yeah, I enjoy some hot chocolate.
Yeah, my hot chocolate got to be made with milk. I don't like the hot chocolate made with water.
Yeah, but milk do give it a better flavor, though. Milk does, though.
Almond milk, though. I don't want that.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because that regular milk messed you up,
Cow milk made for baby cows. I don't drink that stuff.
All right, life insurance or car insurance?
Well, you in Texas, you need car insurance because if they pull you over.
If you didn't need it. If you didn't need it.
You didn't need it. I definitely would say I would say life insurance. And I'm not saying it because I sell it, but the reason why I'm saying that is because car insurance, you're only going to get amount of money that's going to be able to. It's not going to necessarily help. I guess it depends on where your mindset at, because life insurance is going to be able to help your family long term. Car insurance will just be enough for you to be able to pay for. Well, you can pay for medical stuff too, but I guess it depends on how you're looking at it, though.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think I'm about out of this or that. You got unless y'all got any more.
Mr. Justin, you got something for us? I think I'm trying to think of another one, but you.
No, I can't necessarily think of none right now. I definitely hope that I put some value out there regarding life insurance. Hope everybody have a better understanding of it, and just understand that nothing wrong with actually getting a quote, putting something in place, because like I said, it's a lot going on. And just so you know, anybody that gets COVID-19 right now, no life insurance company is particularly going to insure you. So what they do is they give you. I just want to put that out there. So if somebody have COVID-19 and you actually went to a hospital where they actually put it on your medical report that you had COVID-19, you typically going to have to wait 6 months before you actually get before a life insurance company will consider giving you coverage. This is not my particular life insurance company, but it's all companies. So that's basically how they operate. So they kind of treat COVID-19 like it's
The cooties.
HIV or something like that. So that's why we always, recommend at least getting something, putting something in place, getting a quote done, find something within your budget, because this coronavirus, it's spreading like crazy. So I just wanted to put that out there, though.
So, all right. So, traveling or no traveling?
Oh, traveling all day, no. Yeah, man, catch them flights, man. Do what you got to do. Travel the world. Traveling is definitely where it's at.
All right. Say less. I don't have no more. So, go ahead and plug in anything you have going on, Mr. Justin Johnson. Go ahead and plug it in one more time before we close it out.
Again, I'm Justin Johnson, Justin Success J on Instagram. Feel free to follow me. Definitely, if you want to know more about life insurance, getting a quote, or possibly making some additional income using your cell phone and getting a license with life insurance. We actually cover the license, by the way, as well. If that's something that you want to know more about. Maybe you want to do it on a part-time basis. Feel free to reach out to me, Justin Success J on Instagram. I'd love to help you out.
All right. And you can find 1409. We on Nobody Grinds Like Us Network. Make sure you download that app on your iPhone, on your Android, or you can go to the website too. We'll always press record TV. Download the app on your Fire Stick or your Roku TV, whatever you want to call it. Roku Stick, Roku TV.
Roku TV, man.
It's on there. Always press record TV. 1409 Podcast is on there as the 1409 Podcast. So make sure y'all check that out. Along other things, say Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, 1409 Podcast. Everything's 1409 Podcast. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram at 843 Ambassador. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. And before we get out of here, once again, make sure y'all tapping in with Spa Danny at www.spadannyexperience.com. We got the $10 off any 90-minute service promo going right now. So make sure y'all use that promo code 1409 and get those massages, man. It's going on through Valentine's Day. And this your boy Guala Meets World. Y'all know y'all can follow me on Instagram at Guala Meets World. Tap into my music, all streaming platforms. And yeah.
Scrooge video out now, YouTube. Subscribe to his YouTube channel too, Guala Meets World TV.
Yeah.
And it's the 1409 Podcast, so we out.
Peace.